That's going to be the opening. Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show where we talk about things that are nerdy. My name is Joan. I'm here with Mick.
Hello.
And Josh.
What's up?
Hey, we're excited you're here for another week of the Nerd Age Podcast. We're going to drop some random news, and then towards the end of the show, we'll talk about Daredevil Episode 8. One episode before the season finale, which is coming out. So stick around for that. If you're not listening to our Daredevil portion of the episodes like Anne, just enjoy this first part where we talk about some news. First thing we're going to talk about is The Last of Us Season 2 comes out this Sunday. Some critic reviews have come out, and they basically already announced a Season 3 of The Last of Us, which I guess that's good news.
Yeah.
That's good news. That tells us they're confident.
We kind of called it, right? We kind of said
100%.
that was happening.
Yeah. This is old news. This is old news.
We said they're probably going to split the second
story
game into, so.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see where the season ends off, what they kind of do. You guys who have played the game, and spoilers of stuff that happens, I think that's kind of interesting to be like, okay, are they going to follow exactly what the game does? Are they going to switch things up? How is the season going to end? Is it going to leave on a cliffhanger? So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they do it, because the game is split up between two characters' perspectives, basically. Yeah. So you actually play the whole first half as one character, and then you play the second half as another character, and the stories mirror and lead up to, and then at the end you meet up, basically. Mm-hmm. So I'd be curious to see how they do that. I don't know how you feel about that for a whole season. You know what I mean? If there was a whole season come from one person's perspective, and then season 3 is another person's perspective. I don't know if I like that. Maybe they'll mix and match a little bit. And maybe there'll be more of a focus from one perspective versus another. But I think just like a straight up, like, this is from one perspective, and then season 3 is another perspective. I don't know if I would enjoy that.
Maybe they'll do it episode wise. Like one episode is
go back and forth,
and then go back and forth. Or maybe they'll do 3. Like you do 3 episodes, get to a point, and then
go back and do the other person's
like a Lost thing where it like flashback.
We need to go back.
I think they need to do a split screen and have them just running simultaneously.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would work. We play the strawberry guy. Where are the strawberry guys? But I mean, that bodes well. I mean, as far as like, it seems like the critical reception of this one, what I've seen is people are like, it's good. Some are saying it's not as good as the first season, but still really around the same like critic score. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do Sunday, and then we'll be talking about it on the show, I assume, if we all watch it. Who knows? Next thing that we're going to talk about is some, I guess, good news and some potentially bad news. So
what do you mean?
Dune 3, the good news is, it looks like we're going to get Dune 3 a lot quicker than we thought. Dune Messiah. They're kind of gearing up to put it into production. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name now? Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa is coming back for season 3. For the third movie. And some news has come out that Robert Pattinson is in talks to be the villain of the movie. That's cool.
Yeah.
The bad news about
Dune
that
3?
is
Dune Messiah?
The bad news about that is it's like, if he's doing this movie, when's the Batman 2 filming? So it seems like he's got some time now, and you're like, why does he have time? Because before he's like, oh, I'm gearing up for Batman, I can't really do other, and now it's like, I got time.
Well, he's doing
it's also Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey, do this.
Hey, stay warm.
I'm concerned
Don't
that
get cold.
the Batman 2 is not happening. I'm concerned that James Gunn has killed it, and he doesn't want to have a competing Batman with his Batman. There's rumors that they're casting the new Batman so that he can do a cameo in the Clayface movie, and then also in Supergirl have a cameo to set up that. So to me, I'm like, all the signs are starting to point that Matt Reeves is kind of doing the same thing that Ben Affleck did, where he's still saying like, oh no, we're doing this.
Doing it.
When in reality, he's not, and they're just waiting for something to come out, maybe around Superman coming out to drop. Like Batman 2 is not happening, but here's Superman. You know, I'm scared that that's happening.
I haven't lost faith yet. I feel like it's heading that way though. Like it's just the more and more we hear, the longer it's been since the first one.
I mean, Batman 2 2028? Who's excited, dude?
I just
Oh, dude, I think we've said it before. I will be so upset. I might hate James Gunn.
more than I already
do. Like right now, I'm just kind of like, whatever. But this might push me over to I might try to find out where he lives and deliver a message.
I don't think you should say something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The old dog turd in the bag on fire on the house.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Got one of those.
Yeah.
That's all in fun.
Yeah. And be like, hey, you should have made
This
Batman 2
from crypto.
That's what friends do.
And be like, anyway, did you see this is what my favorite person, Grace Randolph, said.
Yeah.
Did you see what she said?
Wow. What?
That she was like, because people at best have been like getting mad at Matt Reeves. And she was like, if you knew what he's going through, you wouldn't be mad at him. It's not a Chadwick Boseman situation, but it's pretty close. So
yeah, apparently he has some really bad health issues.
Yeah, Matt Reeves.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah. But WB's used bad situations before to get their way.
I mean, they have.
There's shiesty.
Yeah,
executives.
it's just, to me, it's just like, there's so much. Because even going back, Matt Reeves was like, I finished the script. We're really excited for it. 2 months later, James Gunn was like, the script isn't done yet.
It's not good enough.
And then Matt Reeves was like, yeah, the script isn't done yet. But I was like, in an interview, you said it was done and you're excited. So I don't know. To me, it seems like there's something going on that's been like, maybe he had a character in there and James Gunn was like, well, you can't use that character because we have plans for this character.
You can't use Green Lantern.
You can't use
Guy Gardner.
We're using Batman. What are you talking about?
But like, if he was going to use Mr. Freeze or somebody, did he be like, no, you can't because we have plans to use that character. So to me, it just seems like something is going on behind the scenes.
Would you be okay with it if, let's say Matt Reeves couldn't do it, but everybody else could? Would you still be like, yeah, let's go?
Another director? I think as long as he writes.
As long as he writes it.
If he wrote it, if it was his story, I'm okay with that.
Like, let's say Circus, steps in as director.
Sure. My concern is they're just either going to cut it or it's be like, well, let's fold it. Matt Reeves is gone. Let's just fold it into the DCU. And then like at the end of Batman 2,
the color just completely changes.
Crypto flies across the sky, you know? And he's like, is that a flying dog?
The sun comes out.
Yeah.
Rainbows.
Rain
everywhere.
stops.
Exactly. I don't know.
What a bummer, dude.
Yeah. So that's some good news and mixed with some bad news that we're reading into. Obviously, it's not official, but
that's just crazy that's not getting more support. It seems like, because as popular as that movie was, as popular as the Penguin was, like how is this not like, hey, this is the next film coming out? No matter what, we're making this happen.
It's crazy.
It's
just
morons.
WB being WB and being stupid.
Why aren't we in charge?
I don't know. Restore the Snyderverse.
Oh, that's why.
Moving on to another studio that has everything figured out is Disney with the Star Wars franchise. Hey, we're getting Andor season 2 this month. So, hey, if you're going to be watching Andor, we're going to be talking about it every week. Episodes 1 through 3 drop April 22nd. Episodes 4, 5, and 6, April 29th. Episodes 7, 8, 9, May 6th. And the episodes 10, 11, 12, May 13th. So in 4 weeks,
we're getting everything.
Andor's going to be done. And then you guys will never be able to be like, when's Andor season 3? Because Andor's dead, guys. He died in Rogue One.
He can come back. Force Ghost.
Technically, you didn't see him die.
That is true.
That is true.
He could swim, and he went
Wars
under
rule.
the water as everything was exploding.
Yeah.
I like this. The reason, for those of you who don't know, the reason we're getting 3 episode drops is there's the season basically is split up in 4 parts.
Part 1, part 2, 3, 4.
Well, different time. So like it does a time jump in between the 3 episodes. So, and then the last 3, 10, 11, 12 lead right up to Rogue One. So I think that's kind of cool. We will be doing our Rogue One predictions next week, I think, is to see who, we'll figure out some things that we can predict and talk about. But what do you guys think of Andor season 2 and kind of the way they're releasing the episodes?
I think it works because I think a lot of people's complaint about season 1 was like, oh, it's a little slow, right? And I think if you group them in 3, I think the odds are of like you probably get a more cohesive story and you don't have like some of those cliffhangers that maybe were on the other one. I think, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of, is that going to be 3 hours a night, basically? Probably 2.5 hours, probably?
What if it's like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
They're
an hour and a half.
They're 10-minute
episodes. No.
Did they say runtime at all?
They didn't.
Could be.
Could be. Could you
Could
imagine?
be.
I mean, Andor was longer. They were like in the 40-minute
45s,
range.
Yeah.
Especially when they got the cereal lady.
Yeah.
Eat your cereal, boy. Come on, boy.
Mrs. Fig.
Yeah, you want some green milk?
Dumbledore told me to keep my eye on you.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it makes sense with just how they're doing the time jumps. So it kind of gives us the opportunity to follow along with that and the different chunks. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's some part that's kind of nice about having a show that lasts like a good, I don't know, 8-9 weeks, and just it's fun to have that long to talk about it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to switch it up, I guess. But I don't know if it's necessarily like, oh, this is the better way to do it, or not.
Yeah, I think for me, because I like the later part of Andor season 1. The first part to me feels a little slow. Doing it this way, it feels like it's going to alleviate that problem, right? Because sometimes you watch one episode and you're like, nothing really happened. Like they talked about they're going to rob the Empire.
Every episode had a solid speech. Okay. So
I feel like too, though, just that what I'm hearing from the nature of this season is it's going to be more quick paced action packed.
Yes.
Like I feel like we're already getting that with the story elements. So I don't know. I'm not excited about it, and I'm not disappointed in it. It's just like, okay, we'll see how it is.
Yeah, I think they've just it'll help with that if it were to be slower. If they're like, hey, we got to go rob another bank.
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. Like season 1 definitely had that complaint of like, oh, this is slow.
Yeah,
What's happening? Another speech.
Cereal.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. Our predictions. I mean, I'm gonna have to think about what can we possibly predict. Will Chewbacca show up? I mean, it might be something like as silly as like, will we see a Wookiee? Will we, random stuff like that? That's just like,
I feel like
in the Star Wars
Harrison
universe.
Ford's Han Solo.
I think for sure one that's going to be in there is, are we going to see Leia in it? Because you have Leia show up in Rogue One. In it? And with Mon Mothma, it's like, could there be...
I bet we'll see Mon Mothma. That's
no, that's not going to be one.
Krennic? Oh, I guess...
No, we already know.
Are we going to see...
Tarkin might be one that we can...
Are we going to see Tarkin? Are we going to see... Jack Urso? What's his name? Jyn Urso's dad. What's his name?
Timmy.
What is his name?
Jyn.
Galen.
Jalen
Ramsey.
Jalen Urso. I can't find the I mean, yeah, we can figure out.
We'll figure
a solid 10 questions or something that predictions we can find.
Will they say, "May the force be with you"?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
will they say it? I don't know.
No, that has to be like. Will they say it 3 times in this?
Will there be?
Did they say it in Andor?
Will there be curse words?
There's no force.
Yeah, but
Will there be a Jedi?
You're getting closer to the
Is
time of the
Obi-Wan
rebellion.
showing up?
Maybe some F words.
Yeah. Ooh, F-bomb.
Yeah.
F the Empire. Just like season 1.
No, I think that ship has sailed
Good.
pretty much. Yeah, that would be
I would have
huge
lost
mistake. The next thing we can talk about is we got 2 trailers we're going to discuss. Mission Impossible, Final
One
Reckoning.
last time.
My favorite shot of theirs when he's got the Lloyd haircut when he's on the plane.
The plane.
I was like, these disguises are getting out of control in Mission Impossible. It looks sick. This looks awesome. My money's on he's dying. He's
better die.
He's going out in a blaze of glory. But what do you guys think? Mick, you're the big Mission Impossible guy here. What do you think of the trailer?
I thought it was pretty good. Nothing I haven't seen before. Like it just looks like the same Mission Impossible stuff, which, people complain about, but I think it's also a strong point of the series is we know what we're going to get. It's going to be fun, action packed.
Tom Cruise running.
Tom
we
Cruise
know we're
running.
going to get him running
He's
different times.
Probably going to be a little rogue in there, doing his own
He's
thing.
going to go rogue for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to die though. I don't know.
He's
about
going to he's going to just be happy.
put money on
It's
it.
going to be like a
he might just be
Batman.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be sitting down at a Parisian.
He's going to look over and
Cafe.
see Bruce and Alfred and be like,
I have a dream.
what a mind bending twist that would be. He just looks over, sees Christian Bale, Michael Caine. He just gives them a
Just a
nod.
little nod. Yeah. I didn't watch the trailer, so I apologize.
Nothing to talk about
here,
then.
But listen, you've seen one Mission Impossible trailer. You've seen them all, just like you've seen one
Yeah,
Mission
pretty
Impossible
much-
movie.
pretty much.
You've seen them all.
Pretty
You know
much.
what I'm saying?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this franchise to be over, guys.
I like it. These movies are good.
I like it.
I think they don't get enough credit.
They're solid.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like Oscar Best Picture winners.
I enjoy them more
they're
than
good action
But
I
in terms
enjoy
of
them more
action
than-
movie, good summer blockbuster, like I'd say all but one, they're all like fairly solid movies.
I enjoy them more than the Bond movies, than the Bond franchise.
I think I would too. Yeah, I'd say that too.
I know
That's
that's a
fair.
hot take, but that's
I don't know about that.
I think. Well, the problem is there's so many Bond movies.
There's so many turds out there.
Yeah, they're like the
Even
yeah,
even some of the Daniel Craig ones.
yeah, like Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace, Spectre.
yeah.
They all blend together for me.
I agree. Next trailer we want to talk about is the Predator. I can't remember what it's called.
The Killer of Killers.
Oh, that one. That's
The
just kind
Predator story.
of super violent, gory. So if you don't like blood and guts and stuff,
It's just pictures.
but it's animated.
It is
so
animated,
maybe. But this kind of just dropped. It's from the director that did Prey, and he's doing the next Predator movie. But this looks really cool.
It looks awesome.
The animation's really cool. The story's kind of really cool about different. Like there's a World War.
I think World War II, yeah.
Pilot. There's a samurai. There's like
Vikings.
a Viking. Like it's just kind of going over the Predator coming in and going
Killing
after
people.
like the
Yeah.
best warriors on the planet. Looks really cool. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I feel like Hulu's doing some really cool stuff with the Predator franchise. We'll see what they do with the Alien stuff on Alien Earth with this animation, with this show that's coming out. But this looked really cool, and it was something I wasn't even on my radar. What do you guys think?
Will we see a xenomorph pop?
Maybe.
Maybe
Like-
just a picture, like
He sees the skull. Again.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
a writing on the wall.
Post-credit scene,
Vikings.
and it sets up for the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think this, I don't know if this was announced, but they said he was working on a secret project and then the next
That's it.
Predator movie. This was it, the secret project. Wow.
Figured it out.
But yeah,
Not so secret anymore.
I think it looks awesome. The animation looks really cool. The action looks really sweet. Like that first spear that goes through the guy and then it just
Yeah.
cuts him in half.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that's pretty sweet.
The one I thought looked cool too was when the planes are going and then they hit
Yeah, into the spaceship.
ship that's cloaked, but then the one where it shoots like the thing to stop the plane and it gets the guy and pulls him back.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
goes through the plane.
I was like that. Just the animation is really really well done.
I think I was talking to Josh. It looked a lot like Arcane.
Yeah,
It just
similar
has that
style.
same kind of style, which is great.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and I think it's cool to get kind of a different type of like, oh, that's like a dogfight. Like they're kind of in the spaceship, and you're a different thing you haven't seen before in the Predator movies. So
I have not seen any Predator anything.
Start with the
Predator,
first one.
Predator.
Predator.
Yeah.
But this looked really cool. It got me interested.
Yeah.
How many Predator 1 and 2 with Gary Busey in the second one?
Well, you don't want to watch the second one. The second one you can just forget completely.
Predator in the City, though, that's kind of cool.
Danny Glover, no thanks.
Danny Glover.
And then there are all the Alien versus Predator movies.
Right, those suck.
How many of those are there?
2.
Who wins?
Can't tell you.
Whoever
spoiler.
wins, we lose. That was the tagline. That was the tagline.
Yeah.
And then Predators with
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody, and then whatever the most
Prey.
recent one was. There was one after that, or before that, and then Prey. Prey is actually really good.
I heard Prey was good.
Watch one, watch Prey. That's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the rest you can skip.
The other ones.
Okay.
Next thing, moving on. Amazon's God of War TV series has yet to premiere, but it's already lined up for 2 seasons. The showrunner, Ronald D. Moore, confirmed they have greenlit 2 seasons
Nice.
of the God of War.
Have they
show.
cast that yet?
Yeah, The Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
See, Kevin Hart is actually playing.
He's Loki.
But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I feel like there's some interesting shows coming up between God of War, Gears of War, and then
Something else. Of War.
Total War.
World of War.
and then the
World of Warcraft.
the Henry Cavill.
War.
What is that called?
War of the Worlds.
Why am I blanking on this?
What? Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Ham World.
So like, I feel like there's, in the same vein, different studios doing kind of like putting
Yeah.
money behind it, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, with The Last of Us, for a while it was like video game adaptations weren't working, but it seems like there have been some good ones, and the Minecraft movie is doing bananas.
Yeah.
So,
I think a good key to that is TV show. I mean,
Yeah, not movie.
sometimes it works with the Minecraft stuff, but I feel like, you look at The Last of Us show, and it's like that just is such a good way to do an adaptation to screen. But no, who would you want to see cast in God of War?
As Kratos,
Have they talked about like anything about it? Or
I don't think they have, because I think people are even saying like, oh, cast the voice actor, which is Teal'c.
no, you
Teal'c
can't
from
cast
Stargate.
him.
Which I'm like, no, I wouldn't want him to. I feel like he's too big, and he's older. But Kratos is older, because I think they're doing the God of War
reboot,
the reboot,
yeah.
so the Norse story. Yeah. So he is. It does fit with the story. He's older, but yeah, I would honestly want kind of like more like a no-name actor. I don't want to see someone, you know what I mean? Like I don't want Jason Momoa in
Tom
there,
Hardy.
or I don't want Tom Hardy.
I'd take Tom
Hardy
Hardy.
would actually be sick.
I was just thinking about that.
I think he would be amazing at it.
What about Pitbull?
Dude, Pitbull would be sick. Dale. Mr. Worldwide.
I could see Gerard Butler playing Kratos.
Oh, what does he look like with a shaved head?
That's what doesn't he
He's
almost?
got a good beard.
Yeah.
I feel like he does have, doesn't Gerard Butler have kind of like butt chin a little bit?
A little bit.
But he's wearing a beard. He's wearing a beard. He'll be wearing a
he
beard.
puts that
you know?
beard on every day.
So
Just like you
So
and
he'll
me.
hide it. Yeah, get like an older like action.
A lot of people are saying Dave Bautista.
No, he's
please,
too
no.
big.
Yeah,
And he's too suck.
He's got to be in the Gears of War show anyway. So
Oh, that you see, that's
he
where
fits
he
that
belongs.
because he
That's where
looks
belongs.
just like those.
He looks like a tree trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave Bautista. I wouldn't want that.
I feel like you need a really good actor the part. I don't want to see just a action movie star.
Yeah.
Because there's some really
Tom Cruise.
Have I ever seen him with the bald head?
Yeah, and he's almost bald in Tropic Thunder. He's got the cul-de-sac
And
going.
he's ripped in that one. His arms are
Oh my
huge.
gosh, yeah, he can be whatever that guy's name is.
Less gross.
Yeah.
Apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is one where you have to get the casting right.
You know what? Tom Hardy. I think that's good.
That would be great.
It might be a little like on the nose, but
Yeah,
it's a good nose.
I mean, he's
to
a
be on.
great, and I feel like he does play that like.
I can hear him saying the line.
He plays that like quiet, intense character, like his character in Warrior
Yeah.
is like pretty just like, yep, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Just like,
It fits. He's just probably pretty expensive,
kill you.
but
but
I don't know, man. He's been doing those Venom movies, so
yeah, he'll do anything.
Okay. I've got a list here by gamers that are saying that these are the
idiots.
actors top 15.
top 15.
Wow.
Michael B. Jordan.
No.
No,
Oh man, it just was 15. Just reset.
it was 15. Are they doing the count right now?
Anthony Starr, which is the guy
like-
from
Homelander?
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's a terrible.
Terrible. He should be below Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
the
I take Jack Black before Anthony Starr, dude.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the guy from Aquaman, Yahya Abdul Mateen, the guy that plays the bad guy.
Oh, Black Manta.
Yeah, Black Manta.
No.
Idris Elba,
That could work.
Jaimon Hansu.
He's also in
did-
Aquaman.
Yeah, he is also an Aquaman. When you said I couldn't pronounce it, I was like, that guy.
Man, it just reset again. Number one is Alan.
Tudyk?
No, Alan. How do you?
Alan Rickman.
Rip.
No, Richson.
Okay.
Deep fake.
The guy that plays
Follow your father's footsteps.
what's he in? He's the big huge guy in Reacher.
Alan Richardson.
Is it Rick Richardson? It's Rick.
It's
Richter.
Richardson.
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 I feel like he's
Alexander
just.
Skarsgård.
That wouldn't be bad, actually.
I feel like I haven't seen him
In the
lately.
guy from the Northman.
What has he
Yeah.
done lately?
The Northman. He's in a new.
But that was like,
A couple years ago. He's in a new Apple TV show called Murderbot.
if
Oh,
they
that
don't,
trailer looked good.
if they
pretty
don't
good.
get Viggo Mortensen back as Aragorn, he should play Aragorn.
Oh no, his face is no. He's got dead eyes.
He's got dead eyes.
Travis Fimmel.
I don't know who's that guy. What's he in?
He was in Tarzan.
Oh, speaking
He
of,
was in Warcraft. He's the guy from
Is the guy from Vikings?
Campion.
Oh yeah. No.
Raised by Wolves. Jason Momoa is number 4, guys.
He looks too Weasley. That guy does.
Dave Bautista number 5.
oh, come on.
Tom Hardy number 6.
He should be
He's number one.
Chris Hemsworth number 7.
Nah.
Give me
Joe
Chris
Manganiello number 8.
Pratt. Oh, that would be pretty good. I could see that.
Oh, this one I could totally go for. John Bernthal.
That'd be
He can
good
play
too.
Kratos. Give him he's got a
He's
nice
got too
beard.
much of a. His voice. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah,
Rick.
he's an actor.
Come on, Rick.
Winston Duke, the guy from Black Panther. No. Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Give me John Bernthal. Give me Tom Hardy. Give me, what was the other one you said? There's another good one in there.
David Bautista.
moving on. Next thing we're doing. This was announced a couple weeks ago at CinemaCon. We didn't talk about it, but we got the Beatles movie coming out. Sam Mendes is directing, based on the Beatles. Joseph Quinn, Barry Keoghan, Harris Dickinson, and Paul Mescal are playing the Beatles. And the interesting thing is the Beatles will be a 4-film event set to be interconnected stories told from each band member's point of view.
Gosh. The Beatles multiverse.
The Ringo movie is going to be so lame. Sam Mendes says principal photography will take place for over a year. All 4 films will be released in theaters April 2028.
On the same day. That's crazy.
Theaters
Dude.
April.
I'm gonna buy one ticket for one movie, and then I'm just gonna go into the next one. I can't do that anymore.
What they're not telling you is each movie is 45 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Who's playing who?
I know Barry Keoghan.
He's Ringo.
He's Ringo.
He's ugly enough to be.
Joseph Quinn is
Paul.
No, he's George.
Okay. Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal is Paul.
Okay.
And then the other guy is John. I don't know the other guys.
Yeah, what's the other guy in?
I didn't recognize him.
I don't know.
Who's playing Yoko, though? That's the real question.
Oh, my God.
Aquafina? Jonah would love that, dude.
Fit well.
Speaking of a perfect casting.
That would fit really well. Like,
Get her singing.
Aquafina playing Yoko would be like
She's born to play
that. Like, she's already
That's the
annoying.
role of her lifetime.
She was created to be Yoko.
Aquafina is Yoko Ono in the John Lennon Beatles movie.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Are you? I know you're a really big Beatles fan, Mick. So, like, are you excited for this? Is it something you were like wanted, or
I don't know if I wanted it this way in terms of 4 different movies.
Not like this.
This is not what I
Not
wanted.
like this.
But I mean, the Beatles story is incredibly interesting, like most, rock band biopic. So it'll be really cool to see that come to the theaters in terms of movies. But yeah, I don't know. The 4 movies thing might be a little goofy. I think I would have preferred just give me a normal movie with all of them. But I guess if it's from, I don't know how's that going to happen, because I'm assuming they're all going to be in all 4 movies. It's just from the perspective. Like, is it going to be like John looks into the camera and like says, Paul's really pissing me off right now.
So whoever's doing it, you actually just see from their eyes. So you don't see their face at all. You're just like actually POV.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So when you're Ringo, you just see squinty and you're like looking down at the drums. Most of the
When they talked about it, they said like they're gonna film multiple scenes. Like when there's a scene of all of them together, you'll see that scene from the perspective of that like Ringo. Mm-hmm. So like if there's like a difference between the storytelling, like what John Lennon says happened and Paul McCartney, you'll see that from there, like, they all hated Yoko, and then whatever. Like
even John,
I love you.
So that's what, there's going to be some scenes that are shot, like that are in all the movies, but they're just going to be a little different based on whose movie you're watching. It's kind of like, I don't know.
That's interesting. It's an interesting concept.
I don't even know if I'm interested in watching it. I sure am not interested in watching 4 movies about the same thing.
Yeah, like it has to be interesting enough where you're watching the same story happen over and over again, just a slightly different. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the sound mixing is going to be all different too. Like when she loves me, yeah. Like when it's Ringo's movie, you're just going to hear the drums.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it's going to take like start of the Beatles till their breakup, or do you think it's going to be like their glory years?
I would assume it's going to be like obviously the start, some of their glory years, and then.
What if it's just their time in like India and then?
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah, no. It's actually Ringo's movie is just gonna be his. They're gonna put me in the movies.
They're gonna make.
I'll be fine if it's actually the Yellow Submarine though, with the blue meanies, like the animated cartoon.
Freaking crazy!
No, hopefully it's the Lord of the Rings. They're Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
I'd love to see a reference to that. Like they're just trying to get the movie made.
Yeah.
We'd be the perfect.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, bold strategy. See if it works out for him.
George, what do your elf eyes see? We'll see what happens.
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
The other last thing we're going to talk about before Daredevil, Nintendo Switch 2. We talked about that last week. The fallout of the prices and the tariffs and the pre-orders not being able to happen. If I had the button here to say Jonah's getting upset and do that whole thing, I'd play that right now because it's driving me nuts. A bunch of people just complaining about the price of the games and everything about it. And then what I notice is all the people complaining, they're really not Nintendo fans. They're all like
complainers.
What I call the Steam Deck heads. They
is that even still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you look at if you're on TikTok or anything and people are like, boycott Nintendo, this is unbelievable. I can't believe they would do this to their fans. Every single one of them starts talking about how the Steam Deck's better anyways, and you can emulate the games.
Illegal.
And you can, it's got so many games and all this stuff, and it's more powerful. And I'm like, you guys aren't Nintendo fans.
How much is the Steam Deck?
I don't know. Good question. $500, I think.
It depends on which one you get.
Yeah.
But it's
the
around.
The highest one is like $700, $800. But again, the Switch 2, for me, just first of all, I don't want to have to go and emulate those games. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to put in the game and play it. The other thing too is like Nintendo always does gameplay features that you can't do on the Steam Deck. I can't take the controls off, give them to my daughters, and play a 4-player game, with them playing Mario. Like, there's something about Nintendo's gameplay that just works for me, and I enjoy it. And so to me, it's just like gaming basically is a luxury. If you don't want to pay the money, don't pay it. If you want to pay the money, pay it. But the thing that drives me nuts is so many people are like, the price of games and the price of the console. And I'm like, people are door dashing $70 to $80 to get a meal delivered to them, right? But they want to complain about like, oh, I can't drop $70 for a game that you're going to play. Like some of the Nintendo games I bought them when I first got the Switch and I still play them.
Yeah.
Like I put so much money into so much time into Stardew Valley. Like seriously, so a lot of times the games, you get so much replayability of them. And the reality is PlayStation and Xbox games, they're moving towards the $80 anyways. Like they're going to be that price. How many times have people dropped? We talked to people that have dropped like $5,000 into Fortnite, buying skins and all this stuff. Yeah. So to me, it's like, you can't really complain when then you're willing to buy a game that's $70 PlayStation, and then you have to buy all this DLC to complete the game. So to me, it's just like, it's a bunch of complaining about it. I get it. It's pricey. It's different. Nintendo hasn't been that pricey, but times are changing. Whatever. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, and I feel like Nintendo always gets crapped on anyway for like, oh, they put out the same 4 games and, people still buy them. People are stupid for doing it. It's like, well, people like them. Like,
yeah.
What's it to you?
I think the thing is you don't get those games anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like that style of game.
Emulate them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, people are like, whoa, like Mario Kart's like one of the best selling games.
Yeah.
For a reason. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and like Jonah said, they're like super. The replayability on them it's a racing game. You could play it over and over again, years and years. Like you're gonna get your money's worth.
Yeah, it's just the other thing too is like so many people are complaining about it without having played the game. Like, why would I pay that much for a Mario Kart game? I was like, well, you haven't played it yet, and from what people firsthand experience from people that have played it, they're like, it's a really cool game and it's like unique. So I'm like, Nintendo always delivers with that kind of stuff, and I'm like, as soon as they drop a new Zelda game, it's like,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the price is going to be. You're going to get it if you're a Zelda fan. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I bought a Zelda Switch when I already had a Switch. So,
You gonna do the same thing when they come out with the Switch 2? Zelda Switch 2?
no, but I am thinking of getting I saw Best Buy still has the Switch Lite that came out with the Hyrule one.
Nice.
And I was like, if that goes down in price, I might get that. Just for the sake of
Gosh dang it, Nintendo.
That's how
I
they
still
get
have
you.
my Nintendo or my Zelda 3DS. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. See? Collector's item. Anyways, last thing I'll say about the Steam Deck, the Switch, 150 million units sold. Steam Deck about 3.7 million. So scoreboard. Let's talk about Daredevil.
Okay.
Let's move on to Daredevil. We are in episode 8. Spoilers ahead. Sorry, Ann. See you later.
Oh, is she behind?
She hasn't watched it yet,
oh.
so she cuts off every time we start talking about Daredevil.
There's only 16 more episodes to go in the season, right?
One more episode after this. I know you guys talked about the last episode, and you guys mentioned this, but now that I'm caught up, I'm like, did he really touch a paper and realize he was going out? He really touched the paper. He felt the paint, and he was like, oh my gosh.
And he was like, the nose and the eyes feel...
Is this my
girlfriend?
No.
Is this my girlfriend?
Absolutely insane.
Is this more of a commentary on how good of a painter Muse was, or how good of a censor Matt
This is more a commentary on the bad writing of people being like, we got to figure out how does he figure out where to go? I know he felt her before after they had sex in the shower.
Whoa.
And then now he felt the parchment paper, and man, that was, to me, that was like, okay, are we really doing this?
My level of disbelief goes right out the window when a blind ninja is swinging around the city, beating the crap out of people. I'm sorry, I just
they were 100% in the writer's room, and they were like, Muse is going to say, I'm going to get your... he's blind. How do we... He can't see anything. How are we going to get him to realize this? Like, Muse just can't straight up be like, I'm going to go get your girlfriend now, huh? You're like, no, I can't do that.
Man, it was just, I was like, I can't. I was like, what?
That's pretty funny.
And I was like, and why is he, like the whole setup of it was just so like, he's like, what did you see? And she's like, faces. And he's like, oh. And then he goes exactly to where
he knows
all
exactly
the stack
where
of them are. She's like, what is he trying to look through with papers?
He's trying to see the victims.
Man.
Yeah,
it would have been better if he like gets a business card, right? And he feels a business card. And he's like, she has Braille business cards or something. And he's like,
you know what?
Or like he
perfume.
Muse,
what about perfume?
or perfume?
That'd
or
be an
Muse,
easy one. It'd be
Muse
like,
had her sign his book.
Yeah.
Like if that was there or something. And
But how is he going to feel? He's going to feel the pen strokes on it?
he could feel anything.
he's like,
That's the point.
yeah, I was, it was just like,
I feel like you could always think of a cleverer way once you see what they came up with.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's I don't know. It's like, whatever.
Now he's going to feel the paper.
Yeah.
And he'll know it's her face. Like, I like that. It's good.
I like how they did the little flashback too of him like doing that. So they're like, remember when he did this earlier? Now connecting
it comes full
a
circle.
face with paper. I wonder if that really works.
Let's try it.
If I
Feel my face.
get Crystal to draw a picture of you,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna feel your face, and then close my eyes and give me four
papers.
and I'm gonna pick.
They're all
which
going to be
one.
blank, and you're going to be like, that one, that one.
I know that mustache.
You have to do it in the shower though. I mean, for it to be accurate.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was cool. The other thing that was driving me nuts in this episode was his girlfriend was just driving me crazy.
Yeah, I feel like her character, like...
She's
kind of a turd.
On a dime, she switches. She's like, Daredevil's just like Muse, and they're trying to create kind of some conflict, like...
Yeah.
But I just felt like, really? That's going to be your reaction? Like, the guy that came and basically saved your life, you're like, he's the same as me.
He didn't save me.
She's like,
I saved
me.
It was me.
I was just like, again, in a show that's had great writing, those things felt just like, how are we going to create some conflict between them so that there's kind of, he's starting to get worked up over this. It just felt not believable because I feel like she's actually been pretty like calm, cool, and collected, pretty smart throughout the whole season. And then all of a sudden she's now like, this is stupid. I don't believe this. I'm on Fisk's side. All this kind of stuff that just came out of nowhere. And I just felt like that was poorly done.
Yeah, I guess like she's not aware of Fisk's history though, like Matt is, because she just thinks he's the mayor.
Right.
She's there. So am I wrong?
No, I think, but wasn't she like in her counseling? Wasn't she like, "Are you okay, Vanessa?"
Yeah.
Like she was worried for Vanessa's.
That's just standard practice.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So she's like, "Are you safe? Is he going to hurt you?" And then she's like, "Mayor Fisk is pretty good."
Is he going to slam
pretty
your
good.
head in a car door?
Yeah, over and over again. So that's the only thing. Like, it seemed like she didn't trust him, and then we haven't seen anything else. So I think for me at least, for her to completely be like, "Yeah, the mayor's a pretty swell guy," it seems like it doesn't fit. And I feel like her and Matt haven't had like any conflict at all, right? I feel like in this episode she mentioned she's like, "You're so absent," and you're like outside of this conversation they had where he was like listening to other people, and she's like, "Are you listening to me?" He's like, "What? What'd you say?"
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of telling and not showing.
It seemed pretty like quick.
I bet there was just a lot more with them in the original series, and it just got cut.
Yeah, probably. And honestly, I don't really need to see that much more of them, to be honest. Like, she's not my favorite character. And
No.
I feel like her, it's just kind of like,
I don't know what else there is to tell.
Yeah. I just like, I would like to see at least, it just seemed like you said, Jonah, they're like, we need conflict. So she's just going to switch on a dime and be like, okay. Like, she's kind of annoying now.
Bring Karen back. She's a good character.
Yeah. I thought it was, the whole party stuff, I thought worked really well. Between like having different people it's following.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was
cool. What's his name? Commissioner,
Gordon.
And when he goes in and tries to stop the guy and he burns his hand,
put
he's
his
like,
hand
you can't
in
do anything about it. I thought that was
maker,
cool. The reporter girl and the weasel guy. And then like that back and forth with the commissioner, all that kind of stuff I thought worked really well.
I mean, all the Bullseye stuff was great.
Yeah.
He's such a good character. And
I wish it
carryover
was
from the
Colin
Netflix
Farrell,
stuff.
but
But I love just when you go into like his bullseye vision almost, just the tint of blue on everything. I don't know, just the way they shot his stuff it was so interesting. And then the tooth bullet was kind of cool.
Could you imagine getting
shot
in the face with a tooth? I'm going to try
that's some
that.
power.
Yeah, I'm going to give that
Give that a
maybe
shot.
maybe I'll try with olives, you know?
Yeah, work your way up to
next
it too.
time, yeah.
Work your way up to a tooth.
Dude,
how many things you can kill with an olive before you go?
you guys better watch out. Next podcast, you guys are going to be like, what's in your mouth? And I'm going to be like,
Right in the eye.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that's right out of the comics, which is
Yeah.
Tooth spitting.
yep.
I do think, again, there's another nitpick. You kind of brought it up a little bit, but I know it's his superpower, but him being able to like go and hear the smallest thing above all this noise. I'm like, they keep kind of pushing it a little too more and more. And I'm like, he would be like, in Man of Steel when he's like, like in the classroom, he's like,
It's too big.
it's too big, Mom. Make it an island. Pretend you're an island.
Yeah, but he did control it after that, didn't he, Jonah?
Yes.
Do you remember
but
that?
It's just,
Do you remember
He
that?
swam towards it.
it's like everyone's yelling
like
around and the music's going, and then you hear the one guy going like, and he's like, huh?
Didn't he have the same problem in the Netflix show?
With
Hearing stuff? Like, didn't Stick teach him like how to focus on stuff?
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's not something you're
it's
born
explained.
with.
It's
I'm just
explained.
saying.
Jonah.
I'm just saying,
There's
guys.
background. Hey, there's a show on Netflix.
Yeah,
you should watch.
Daredevil.
Watch Daredevil. But yeah, I mean, at some point it's like, okay, like, I don't know.
I feel like there's also like some implication or implying that he's like so like in tune with anything Bullseye. Like he distinctly knows Bullseye's
what his
steps,
heart
his
sounds
heartbeat. Like
Yeah,
Listen to
his,
your heart.
his breathing.
he hears the blue vision going. He touched his face.
It's true.
My only nitpick, where the Punisher at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's he at?
Why wasn't he invited to the dance?
I thought he would show up.
Yeah, why wasn't he invited?
Yeah.
I mean, he better show up in the season finale.
Oh, he will.
Oh, will he?
He better.
I don't know.
That's what I
That's what
paid
I'm
for.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there. Yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know.
I just wonder how it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess he did get shot, which is pretty crazy.
I
The-
say
Yeah.
Fisk.
Yeah, he saved Fisk.
Which I saw that confusing a lot of people, but I think it was supposed to be kind of a payoff of what Bullseye was telling him about like real
You're a good guy.
good men protect even their enemy or
Yeah.
something like that. But that'll be interesting though going forward, just how that's going to affect Kingpin's view of him, if it does at all. Like, why did you take that bullet from me?
I did,
Should have been Vanessa.
I'll give you a 10-second head start now.
it was pretty crazy. Vanessa killing, whatever her.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Didn't I say he wasn't dead?
Yeah, you did.
No, you
and
did.
and then we
called it.
And then we were like, yeah, these people don't die in this show unless they get shot in the face.
Let's just do the podcast all like Fisk. I'm more of Batman.
Yeah, they sound like Batman.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. What makes you good? What gives you the right? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But I thought that was a cool like development of their relationship, basically, where they're like, yeah,
It was so creepy.
pretty like messed up. Like, yeah, we killed our past basically, and
Yeah.
now we can move forward with it. I think she even says something along those lines to.
She
Is
said,
her
let
name
the
Catherine?
past die.
Yeah, kill it if you have to.
Vanessa.
Yeah, or what's Matt's girlfriend that we don't like?
Shannon? Sean?
Electra.
Shirt.
Something.
I don't know.
But yeah, I liked how it was going back and forth between like, hey, they're killing this person and they're growing closer together.
Yeah.
These guys are not being honest and they're, it's just interesting.
The other thing I was like, this is just a random thought. When he like takes Vanessa away and they're dancing, I was like, why is Kingpin and this other girl dancing the way they're dancing? They're like dancing like holding side, like so they're both looking at them dancing. I'm like, what kind of weird dance is that?
How many dances have you been to?
Some form of the foxtrot, you know.
But they're just standing in one spot, like as if they're dancing. And like,
I just thought it was
he with
interesting
you?
because
I thought he was with you.
Because Matt is so concerned about her safety with him, and then he's like, I got to talk to this dude. You dance.
He's like, yeah, dance with him. Mind if I cut in?
He's like,
Dance with this
he's
murderer.
like, I'm feeling like this relationship is probably on the outs. Like, okay, I don't care anymore.
I mean, he's like, I saved your life and you were ungrateful. So
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I would be that way.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what, lady? You're comparing me to Muse?
Yeah.
Kidding me? There will not force us. Yeah, I'm just like, no, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You just did that and you're not going to get some consequences. I would have been throwing one of my batons right in the forehead.
Then
bully.
he wouldn't recognize her if he
Yeah.
felt the. There's a dent missing.
Yeah, I was just like, jeez, how dare you?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No,
else?
how dare you?
I don't. I don't think so.
I like the music. So the music's been good throughout.
Yeah.
I did like that the like choir beat at the end when he got shot was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I also like that we didn't have the man on the street here. You know what? But that Muse guy, I really liked his paintings. But you know what? I just feel like now that I found out there's blood there, I'm like, dang, man, you really think that was
That's
it?
unsanitary. That's
Really
unsanitary.
crazy. You know? You know, we get hepatitis C up in here.
We didn't have we haven't had him in like the last two episodes, right?
Yeah, last two. That's why I'm like, there was one little snippet.
Oh, they showed the swordsman, right? In one of them, I feel like. Like briefly, they were like, "There's more vigilantes out there."
That was a few ago, I think.
Yeah,
but that was a good scene too. I mean, you can clearly see Kingpin's like, "I'm in control."
Yeah,
like he's not bowing down anymore.
He's Kingpin.
Yeah.
This
He's eating pasta.
This is what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
In it,
say it.
I feel like the Echo series and the Hawkeye series have done a disservice to
Kingpin.
Fisk.
Yeah.
It's like both those series, one of them is like he gets shot right in the face and he survives.
But he has that cool Hawaiian shirt on, though.
And then
Pretty cool.
in the Echo series was like nothing's happening here. He's going after this girl. Like it to me is like you could have not had any of those and this would have just been fine.
Yeah.
The whole thing like I was gone and I'm sorry I left you kind of thing. But I'm just like, yeah, whenever I think about those two other series, I'm like, ugh. Like I'm like, no. It was I don't know. I feel like it's a disservice to the character when you don't have the Echo story to me was just lame.
I feel like the problem too is it was just a different take on the character. Like it wasn't the same ruthless.
Yeah.
They tried
Kingpin
to be
that
like,
we'd
hey,
seen
look
before.
who we got.
Yeah.
We were bringing over here. Don't you guys like him? And it was like, it's not the same guy. Now this character is the same character.
Yeah.
But those ones just feel like, but it's tied to that character, So it just feels like it's like
he was going through a midlife crisis or something.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's funny.
I like Hawaiian shirts now.
They kind of mentioned that, like, oh, I'm not the same guy that I used to be, but he's like slowly moving towards there. Because, like you referenced, like in the Daredevil series, he literally slams a dude's head in the car door for like 20 times and like removes his head. Basically, you're like, yeah, that guy's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So like to see him kind of getting back to that a little bit is better than like. I think I liked the Echo story a little better, but yeah, the Hawkeye stuff, it's still not great. But the Hawkeye stuff was just like, what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Season finale next week.
Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. That's going to do it for our show this week. Like Josh said, season finale next week. We'll talk about that. We'll do our most anticipated. Not most anticipated, but our predictions for Andor. So make sure you can play along with that with us. I assume we'll do a trophy again. We better do a trophy.
Sure. I'll need to print one.
And you'll have to paint it now.
I know. I'll have to paint it. I'm going to drop it off. You know what, guys? No trophy.
But we'll be doing that. So you can bring your predictions to the show next week. You can find us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube, and we will be back next week with more of the Nerd Age podcast. Thank you so much. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.